a woman came, this is a number of years ago, came to our facility, and she wanted to meet some of our dogs, and so I tried to say, well, what kind of dog do you want? What are you looking for? She told me. She probably looked at 15 dogs, and this was when we actually had a setup where we actually brought people through the building. We don't do that now because it could be very disruptive and noisy. So, but at that particular point, I did. And then we stepped out of the building because she kept saying, nope, not that one, nope, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. Then she looked over at a fenced area where we had some dogs, and she asked me about this dog, asked me, and I just gave her all the background that I could give her on all the dogs that she's looking at and the bad situations that they came from. Really sad, because most of the time dogs in our program have very bad stories, and we don't even always know all of the story. She looked at me, and I just found it so interesting. She said, actually, these dogs are much too happy. I don't think I am going to get a dog from you. Well, I really wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know what to say to her, and I said, well, thank you for coming, and if you decide you want a dog, let me know. I mean, I didn't really know what else to say to her. About 2 weeks later, she called me up, and she said, I have a dog. And I said, I am so glad. She personally found the dog. She personally took the dog to her home and started caring for the dog. So in her mind, that is what rescue meant. It didn't mean coming to a facility where many dogs had all these sad stories and you could make a better life for them. So when you say rescue, people, I did not realize, have all kinds of ideas about what rescue is. Rescue is trying to help, and it is typically a human being that is attached to the dog and trying to help them move from typically a bad place to a better place. Because we get phone calls from people that are either the child of an aging parent that can just no longer, they're sick, they're in and out of the hospital, they maybe have to go to a nursing home. The parent is no longer able to parent the dog, and so family steps in, and I find very interesting. Many times the family steps in, and what they say is, we don't want mama's dog. We don't want Papa's dog, which I find it kind of hurts me to hear them say that. We don't want the dog. So here, you take the dog. So that's one form of rescue that we get. A dog that had been with someone for a very long time who's no longer able to care for them. The dog is highly disoriented. Then there's situations where people are literally driving down the road, almost hit a dog out in nowhere. They can't see homes, they can't see anybody that they could contact. They've almost run over a dog. They don't know what to do. So we get called and asked to take that dog. There's also cases of people don't spay or neuter their animal, so all of a sudden their female that was not spayed has now a litter of 10 puppies. Hello, I need help. I need you to take all 10 of the puppies. I'll keep the mama. Sometimes people will say, can you take the mama and the puppies too? So that becomes rescue. Then there's this economic story.
Let's take that situation.
Which one?
Because the last one. Because I'm not quite so nice.
Oh.
Okay? I'm not going to help you. If you don't get that damn dog spayed or neutered, I'm not going to help you.
Right. That has to be the agreement now.
Because
they're going to perpetuate it.
It's a vicious cycle. And who pays the price? The puppies or the kitties that are born, and there's no room for them to survive in this society. So no. And I don't mind people thinking bad of me. That doesn't bother me a bit. When you pay my bills, you get a voice. But until you pay my bills, you don't get a voice with me. And if you're going to abuse animals, then I'm going to call you a hand. Because we catch and kill them with our taxpayers' dollars. And most often, we kill them because there's no more room in the end. Because in this county, and almost every county in the state has an animal facility that's paid for by taxpayers' dollars. They are required by the law to take that dog or cat in. And when they are overrun with dogs and cats, somebody has to die.
And what's interesting, talking about an animal in a shelter situation, a county-owned shelter situation, sometimes people will come in and they're looking at the dog and, oh, we want to rescue, we want to help the dog. They're thinking through the situation. They take the dog home. All of a sudden, the dog's not a thing that they thought the dog is going to be. So they don't return it to the county-owned shelter because they know what's going to happen. If that dog does not get a second chance to be adopted, the dog will be euthanized. So what they do, that's another form of rescue that comes our way.
And I don't like the word euthanized.
We don't have...
Okay, hold it, though. I don't like the word euthanized.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice word for killing. Right. Let's call it, damn it, what it is. We're killing the animals. Euthanizing. Oh my God. We're so caught up in flowery language to not deal with reality. Puts it right out there in front of you, your eyes and your ears. You can't deny we're killing the dog or the cat. I believe in dealing in reality, and we're not dealing with reality, not only in the animals, but in so many parts of our society. But I'm in the animal rescue business, and so that's what I focus on. And to get real here with what we're doing to very, very loving dogs and cats that aren't getting a chance to get a home, to be cared for, to be loved, to be spayed and neutered so they don't just keep perpetuating this problem. For hundreds of years, we've been chasing our tail. And it's time to stop chasing our tail. And the answer and solution to this is mandatory spay-neutering, countywide, statewide, nationwide. When we put mandatory, there can be exceptions to that rule, but damn it, you just can't say, well, I'm a breeder. No, you just can't say I'm a breeder. That's got to be validated, it's got to be proven, because we can't continue down this road we're going, because we are killing, slaughtering very loving, innocent animals. Plain old simple, our domesticated animals
pet
that we domesticated hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago to be our companions. That's what we're talking about. And I am damn tired of killing them, because that's what we're doing when we refuse to spay and neuter them. And we must help people.
Rescue's not enough.
We must help people who have animals but can't afford the damn veterinarian bill to spay and neuter that dog or that cat. Now, they need to make a living. Don't disagree with that. The vets, they've worked hard for their degrees, but it's time to give back to society who's been given to you. Help the poor people by spaying and neutering their dogs and cats free. They're not going to lose any business. The people that can afford to go to a veterinarian are still going to go to a veterinarian. That's not going to change a bit.
That's right.
That's going to give their practice a good business. But the people that can't afford that, they are killing the society from the standpoint of our taxpayers' dollars going to kill dogs and cats.
Well, my experience has been that within a veterinarian practice, we have met a number of veterinarians that do have a heart for this issue. They see the difficulty, and they even have a heart to say, I'd like to volunteer somewhere to help. What begins to happen is a veterinarian practice begins to show it is a business first, because often what goes on is a vet may talk to the owner vet about this possibility. We have not had owner vets to say, well, what a wonderful idea. Contribute your time where you would like to contribute your time. Never has that happened. Typically, the owner vet stops that veterinarian who comes up and offers. We have had so many different veterinarians way back in our history to say they would love to come and volunteer and help with this problem. But until the owner vet is less interested in the business, the money part of it, it's not going to make a difference. That has been our experience. And we even say, well, if you form a group, look at the power, just like what you were saying, look at the power. Our experience is that the vets who are being hired by the owner vet go, I like my job, and the boss has told me not to do it. So I'm not sure they're going to get in a round table and talk about it, because the owner vet has made it very clear. I own you.
And there are exceptions to that rule. Dr. Abby, I have permission to use her name, because I also want you to sit down and interview her, because she is a maverick in the vet world and the owner of a practice, 2 of them in eastern North Carolina. But she marches to her own drummer, okay? And perhaps it's her background, her being Hispanic, and how she grew up and everything. But she has a very different heart as an owner vet. And she'll help us. Plain and simple. We've got to reach the people in power. I've reached out to Governor Cooper. Haven't heard back from his office yet. I'm hoping to get him and Christy to come and sit down and let's talk. I've known them for many years. Been in their home in Nashville before he became governor. And I know he's an avid animal lover. I'm hoping that someone of that position and power will stand up, speak up, and let's start changing what's going on in this society.